we're talking about the issues with this generation,
bro. For real, that's
the lack of motivation.
No motivation, no discipline, no aspiration, no nothing, bro.
Why do you think it fell so down like that?
I'm not even gonna blame COVID. I don't think it's COVID. It's because people got soft.
Soft meaning
bullying is a horrible thing, right? But bullying is a tool that helps you get stronger. It kind of felt like bullying was like one of these things that, you know, without bullying everything is perfect, right? But then there's gonna be bullying in the next level. You just erased it from like I'm not saying elementary school level you erase bullying. I mean like soft bullying you remove. But then when you got stress from like everything else in life, people kind of get broken down mentally. You know what I mean?
But when you say soft bullying, what do you mean by that?
Like jokes.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
How people take like how offensive like people get.
Yeah, and I feel like that bleeds into culture. That bleeds into like communities, and then a lot of people kind of got used to like the old soft kind of way of living. So then when stress hit them, things like that's when kids not ready for like real life. That's when you see, oh, I don't want to be anything in life because I'm so used to and so comfortable living a stress-free life. Why go into stress world? I'd rather be where I'm at right now.
But aside from being more not being more more sensitive to things, do you think that's like the only issue that's
it's not the
causing
only
that, or is it?
I feel like there's a couple things that play
of...
into it. I feel like it's like parenting like kind of changed. I feel like there's new parents right now, and those new parents, they're not parenting how their parents did and how the generation before them parented. And like a lot of like I feel like just like I'm speaking about America specifically right now.
Yeah.
The American country and the American like family system kind of like really changed, right? So you went from having like more hardworking Americans and more hardworking people to like, okay, the generation that they was working hard for kind of got used to like this kind of like way of life changing. Maybe the internet, maybe who knows what, right? I feel like technology, social media kind of play a role in like trying to like soften up people. Growing up, we had YouTube around like what 2006, and that it didn't really blow up for us, you know. We didn't have phones to watch anything on.
Nah.
But the fact that we kind of got used to like, you know, playing like outside, right, or doing things like that, kind of I feel like was ingrained in our character. It kind of made us more physically ready to do things, and that kind of played a role in like shaping our personalities a little bit. Take like one of our siblings that's like 5 years younger than us, right? They kind of didn't really have that when they were like 8 years old. Is like when technology is more bloomed. You know what I mean? So then now technology is all in their face and they have easy access to it. Instead of going outside, they're on that. Instead of finding friends and stuff like that, they on the Nintendo. They got used to that, which I feel like probably added up to now how like less ambitious, less everything. That's my.
So do you think there's a way of fixing it?
Of course, there's a way to fix everything, but I feel like people are not ready for that fix though.
Like the culture itself isn't ready.
The culture and families. I don't think families are like gonna really take that initiative to change.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't understand, like, in terms of the sensitive part you were saying, why people take things so sensitive now.
Why so serious?
Like, it's easy to get canceled. Like, jokes are not jokes now.
Sad.
People take jokes extremely personal. In my opinion, is stupid because they're jokes for a reason.
When they do that too, it kind of shows you where we came. It's like back then, people could be like when they hear the joke, they're offended. But who cares if you're offended? You know what I mean? You know, when I say you're not ready for stress and stuff like that, that the joke brought them stress and they don't know how to handle it. So then that stress is like, it's more pain than it actually would have been if they was like a thicker skinned type of person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they're soft mentally, so that when they hear a joke and they don't know how to react, that stress is like way like louder than it would have been. And then now they gotta cancel that person.
Do you think the non-caringness when the younger generation, you know, how they be like, oh, I don't care, like it's whatever type thing, you think it's like a trend, like it's something that they think is cool, and that they try to be cool to,
because they're so used to seeing dumb shit, so that dumb shit that they see, they kind of reflect that, you know. A lot of YouTube video like channels, if y'all have younger kids at home, you probably already noticed the dumb stuff they watch in the social media that they're exposed to. They don't know how to separate the good stuff from the bad stuff. So now they're just taking all the bad stuff. Bad stuff spread faster, like everything, right? So then they see a lot of the bad stuff and they intake all of that. And then now, when it comes to making good decisions, they can't do that because they're so used to the dumb nonsense they're seeing. So then it's cool for them to act dumb. It's cool for them to choose the dumb decisions. It's cool for them to hang out and do this with these type of groups of friends. And then now that becomes who they are because they're so used to it at that point when they get older. They don't need to start. Because let them kids who's like, 15 years old right now, let them become 20. That 15-year-old boy is not going to be a 20-year-old man.
But wouldn't you think at that point life will hit them?
No. Because life hit us when we was teens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it hit people differently, but
at that point you're out in the real world, so like you're on your own pretty much. So all the bullshit you were gonna do would pay back.
Because we know people like that. You know what I mean? We know people who bullshit in school, and then now when they got out of school, stress of life and real life hit them, and you see how that ended up, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a whole generation like that now.
No, that's bad.
It's gonna hit them, but they're not ready for it. Is what I'm trying to say. They're not gonna know how to react to it. And then you're saying maybe that pressure's gonna make them become a man. I don't think that's how pressure's gonna work for them.
In terms of like the male's perspective, do you believe masculinity is starting to be frowned upon by the world? Like, you know how people call it toxic masculinity? I think
that and femininity, like being feminine and being masculine is looking like down upon now.
What do you think is drowning it?
I don't know, low key, because I like it came out of nowhere. I don't know.
But why do you think people are devaluing like becoming more masculine?
Because they don't understand the value.
Or like canceling people like such as Andrew Tate.
Okay, Andrew Tate said some wild shit, but
in terms of masculinity, not in terms of how he talks about women.
He just said it in
terms of masculinity.
He said it in a bold, exaggerated way, but it made sense, right? A lot of stuff he was saying, some of it was respectful, but people ignored that part, right?
Yeah.
And when he was saying about how they're attacking masculine, like kind of people and stuff like that, or just masculinity itself, it was so true, because when you look at it and you're like, okay, what makes a man masculine? And then they attack that. It's like, obviously then they're trying to demean like the values of a man, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I feel like it all paints a picture. You lower masculinity in a man, change what being like feminine in a woman is, you just messed up a whole family structure. You know what I mean? Because masculinity and like female nature and being feminine plays a role for a reason. I'm not saying that you got to fit the bubble, but it's a structure where it's like, okay, if a woman's going through that menopause cycle, right, where they actually can't do things the same way because of pain, because of cramps, because of their mental state and stuff like that, not because they're weak, but because they're stronger. Mm-hmm. It's up to the man to kind of carry their woman. You know what I mean? If you're in a relationship and then you and your partner are going through life and then she's going through that cycle, it's up to you to make sure she's okay, physically, emotionally, financially, and all that, right? But then for you to be like, oh no, the woman got to be able to take care of her own stuff when she's in that state. I agree, she got to be able to handle herself, right? But for you to say, okay, she got to become more masculine now, doesn't make sense to me. For you to say a man got to become more feminine, it's like why? Them structures is there because of biology and because of the value of a man and because of the value of a woman.
And you're gonna need those values to pass it off to your children as well. Yeah. That way they can
just to raise a family too.
Yeah.
Because God structured all of it. So for you to go against it is just gonna show you what being against God could like end up looking like. You know?
But now, because you know how people were saying like America's like a Christian base.
It's not. America's not. Now. America's nowhere a Christian country. I feel like America.
It's getting poisoned.
Maybe way back then.
Way back then.
Because of how they set up things. Now it's more like Babylon. Way more like Babylon.
It said it in the Bible too. How and the days of Lot are as the days of like the end times. And Lot was when they was doing a lot of different like homosexuality, like sexual things,
like fornication or adultery. Like you see how it's cool for you to have like open marriages a lot more now.
Back then, I didn't even
know what it was.
I don't understand that.
Back then, I didn't even know what it was. But then now it's like, oh, it's all around you. Not because you got older, but because it's more like vocal now. Social media and Hollywood and movies and film and stuff like that kind of like advertise that. You know what I mean? Like advertise sin. It's like what the Bible said in Revelation.